You are listening to Chef Life by Cottage Foods. Peace out.
Hey guys, so we're here with Jamie Clinton from Shears Yard. This is our third Chef Life visit. If you want to introduce yourself, Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from.
I'm Jamie. I'm the head chef at Shears Yard. I've been working here since we opened 10 years ago this year.
Gosh, long time.
Yeah. Before that, I were at Arts Cafe, which we owned as well.
Oh, nice.
we bought this place. I became a business partner and sort of been here ever since, really.
Oh, great, lovely. So you've been here for quite a while, been in the trades, long time. Pull up some questions. So where did it all start for you then?
To be honest, I got into a chefing sort of accidentally, really. I applied to get into RAF when I was 17.
Gosh.
But I had some metalwork in my arm, so I couldn't join. So I thought, in the meantime, I'll get a job in my local pub, working in the kitchen. And I never left.
How did you find it when you first started at pub? Were it all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, like proper pub food, steaks, chips, stuff like that, making lasagnas and pies. But it were all homemade, and I really enjoyed it. I found something I was sort of good at.
Oh, nice.
And you know, so in the pub I did a work-based apprenticeship. So I never went to college or out.
Oh, cool.
Sort of just did everything work-based. So
it's nice that you get paid for it when you start.
Yeah. Well.
Lovely. Where would you say like your key influences come from in your cooking?
I think it's changed since I first started. I think currently, you just trying to showcase sort of seasonal ingredients, influenced by television, other restaurants, things like Great British Menu. Most chefs I speak to see that, and Instagrams and stuff nowadays. You can see what everybody's doing. And I think.
Massive influence on social media.
And I think just things like that. Yeah. When I was younger, probably classic Gordon Ramsay, and, Raymond Blanc and stuff. So just.
So have you just worked your way up from like being in the pub and then just got higher?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've not worked at loads of places. I've sort of stayed where I've worked for a few years, learned everything I can there, and then sort of moved on. So I've only worked at 4 or 5 places, but for a good few years and up to a sort of, as high as I can get. I've done a few stages and stuff in my spare time.
Yeah.
I've sort of done a few shifts at Sat Baines when a friend of mine was working there. I've done Orient Express just for a bit of experience, really. But yeah, pretty much, just sort of got my head down, self-taught really, and worked my way up. Yeah.
Oh, lovely, nice. So you can see definitely from working your way up to your head chef.
Yeah.
Worked out for you. So what can you see for the future for yourself, like in your cooking? Do you think you'll stay on that sort of track with the same vibe, or think you'll change, or you're not really sure?
I'll certainly stay in the industry somehow. I'm not sure I could stay, on the front line up until, into my 50s or whatever. But yeah, I've never done anything else, so I love it. So I'm very hands-on. I'm a working part at kitchen, which I want to be. I don't want to get out of the kitchen.
Oh no, that's good. Team will appreciate that.
Yeah, sometimes, so whether I have to take a step back at some point, but I'm not there yet. So for the time being, I'm just getting stuck in and getting on with it.
Oh, lovely. So what sort of vibe do you have here then? What?
Really relaxed. I mean, my philosophy, and obviously, a big part of what we do here is, kind of want everybody to be able to enjoy, more modern food that you wouldn't necessarily have at home. Not necessarily it's fine dining food, but not without all the fuss. So it's a really relaxed vibe. You could sort of come in after work for your tea, or you could, we get a lot of, special occasions. We had a proposal at weekend just gone. So I just want everybody, whether the food is and they know about food and they go out every week, or someone that goes out once every 6 months when they can get a night off from kids. I just
Yeah.
want everybody to feel welcome
Oh,
and
that's
enjoy the food
Yeah.
first and
So you
foremost.
want that similar sort of vibe for the workers and for your diners as well?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's good. You definitely get that sort of warm welcome anyway when you come in here. It's quite cosy, nice vibe.
Yeah,
like it.
you know, when it's all set up and lights are on and it's getting a
Yeah.
bit dark outside,
I can imagine
it's
it
a
looks
really
lovely
it
inside.
is,
Yeah.
it's nice restaurant.
Nice. So what flavours at the minute? What are you finding really interesting? What are you liking working with?
Seasons sort of dictate our menus.
Yeah.
As menus evolve all the time, really, we print them off in house so that
All right, yeah.
if we can change it from day to day, if we can get some in from fish supplier or whatever.
Oh, amazing.
But I like to use sort of Asian influences a lot. I think as long as you don't go overboard with it,
Yeah,
I think
of course.
some of the seasonings and stuff just can elevate the dishes.
Yeah,
So
100%.
using some quite simple seasonal ingredients with some interesting sort of
Yeah.
seasonings and,
Lovely, yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Really,
Does elevate a dish.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah,
makes the flavour different
yeah.
in intensity. Yeah. Lovely. Is there anything that you're working on at the moment, like any particular dishes that you wanted to put out on your menu? Or...
We're always sort of experimenting and trying stuff. Like I said, we change his menus really often. So if something's not working, we can rework it as we're going or get a bit of feedback. We always listen to customer feedback.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
And just constantly trying to sort of better ourselves and
Yeah,
better
yeah.
his dishes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know, it's a sort of constant work in motion, really.
Oh, perfect. Lovely. So what do you see for the future for fine dining experience in your restaurant? How do you see it going?
I think it's a difficult one at the moment. I think I think we aim to stay accessible. So people can afford to come out and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we've got the balance right with not being too stuffy, not being too formal.
Yeah. That's good.
And we do use sort of cheaper cuts of meat and stuff like that so that we can keep his prices down
Yeah, of
best
course.
we can.
Yeah.
And I think just being clever with your menus and stuff,
Yeah.
I think it's no secret that places are struggling at the moment with cost of living and what have
Absolutely,
you.
yeah.
So I think touch wood, but we're doing all right. We get lots of good feedback. So I think just sort of riding storm out a little bit, keeping things interesting for staff, for customers.
Yeah.
And just sort of rolling with it a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, it does sound like you've got that right balance. Because
Yeah.
I think sometimes fine dining might like put people off and they think, oh, it's
Yeah.
going to be a bit posh for me.
Yeah.
But I think when you get that nice right balance,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
it.
said, keeping
Yeah.
busy is always pivotal, especially for
Yeah.
the time being.
Definitely.
Obviously, COVID was tough, like we just mentioned, and obviously
Yeah.
cost of living as well. Is there anything looking back that you've taken from the experience through COVID that's helped you now?
I think one thing we have done, which I've sort of quite enjoyed doing, is just stripping back
Yeah.
the menus and some of the dishes. I think one of the best lessons a chef can learn is sort of knowing when to stop with a
Yeah.
dish.
Yeah,
3 or 4
absolutely.
ingredients on plate, and not taking on too much work, so we can manage the kitchen.
Yeah.
We have shorter menus that change more often. And I think it's a good way to work. You're not trying to do too many things. You can really concentrate on the sort of 3 or 4 dishes that you have got on there. And I have enjoyed working like that more. So I think that's certainly something that's stick with us.
Yeah,
from that.
definitely. Have you got a new menu sort of coming up, because it's coming up to spring, summertime?
Yeah,
sort of changing?
I think me personally and a lot of chefs, it's our favourite time of year at the moment, coming into spring when you've got asparagus and wild garlic and loads of young sort of shoots coming through.
Feels a lot fresher in summer as well.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. There's the thing, our menus change all the time. Obviously, at this moment in time, we're waiting for spring to sort of finally hit. So yeah, we'll be having some exciting dishes coming on and
Oh, that's amazing.
loads of changes.
Lovely. How do you feel that suppliers have changed for you, or have they changed? Or...
I've always had quite a good relationship with suppliers. So I've tried to sort of stick with the same suppliers over years, but I think suppliers work a lot more closely with us now, which is really good.
Great.
Like I'm sort of hands-on in kitchen, so the fact that suppliers come out to me and speak to me and tell me what ingredients they've got, it's really good. Yeah, so I think a more personal relationship with suppliers these days is the way forward. I think. It really works for me. And more suppliers seem to be working like that. So it is, I think it's
I think definitely having that good relationship with your suppliers makes it better for you, but it also makes it better for us guys as well.
Yeah, definitely.
More relaxed, definitely the better. I think we definitely at Cottage Foods we prefer that as well. We want to make
100%.
sure you guys are happy as well as us.
Yeah.
chill vibes, you know.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Obviously, we love working with you guys, but have you found yourselves like driven towards any other people for suppliers, or?
Not really.
That's good to hear.
In fact, the opposite. I think I've come to you guys from other suppliers that, you know, I've not necessarily had that connection with.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not even been, you know, not all sort of cost based. You know, although that side of things is great, but the sort of connection and the relationship with suppliers is why I've sort of left, you know,
Yeah.
X, Y, Z suppliers
Yeah, yeah.
and stayed using you guys.
Oh, amazing.
You know, it really works for us, and you know, it's
Perfect.
it's like I say, chill
We help
vibes.
you help us.
Yeah.
No, amazing. I mean, where do you see yourself in like the next 10 years, you think?
Hopefully just going from strength to strength, you know. I mean, we've been open 10 years this year.
Yeah.
It's had ups and downs. You know, we've tried various things, but we seem to have sort of got a good sort of balance of everything at the moment. Menus, customers, you know, we've got a really good run of good reviews. I think we seem to be on a sort of a nice steady upward sort of path. So I think, you know, in 10 years, I'd like to, you know, be a little bit busier, maybe strengthen the team a little bit, and just keep pushing, really.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think 10 years, I'd maybe like to be doing a few less hours. So
Yeah, I'm sure we all do.
yeah. So yeah, just, you know, just sort of seeing where it takes us, really, and, you know, hopefully still, you know, pushing and bigger and better things.
Oh, amazing. Well, that wraps it up for my questions anyway. Thank you very much for having us. Whereabouts can people find you? Instagram or?
Yeah, we're on Instagram. If you know, Shears Yard, if you just Google us, as website, we're on Facebook. You know, Leeds City Centre. We are just outside the centre.
You're still in a good place, though.
Yeah. I think sometimes people don't realise how close we are to the centre.
Yeah,
you know, people
Literally
are,
5
oh right, you know, so, yeah, 2 seconds from train station or whatever. But yeah, you know, we're on all social media platforms. Yeah, so you can find us there.
Lovely, amazing, guys. Well, that will wrap up our third visit for Chef Life, and visit your Shears Yard just outside the city centre, as Jamie just said, and see you next time.
You have been listening to Chef Life by Cottage Foods. Find out more about our range of world-class ingredients at our website or follow us on Instagram. Until the next time.